Okay, my beauties, today we talk about stress. Stress is probably the World Health Organization has proclaimed or has claimed stress to be the epidemic of the 21st century. So let's just tap on some stress. This session is a very general session. So the more specific you get, the more specific you are in your tapping session, the more results you will see. Whatever wording is not resonating with you, change that wording. If you are stressed right now, stay with the feeling of stress, stay with the emotion of stress. If you're not stressed right now, you might think about a situation that stressed you out in the past, whether that is yesterday or last year. Think about that and go into the feeling of stress. Now, tapping is such an amazing tool to help you deal with the emotions of stress, with the body responses it has to stress. The cortisol level are going down after you've tapped, and you just generally feel way calm. I'm not going into the explanations of what's happening in your body. There are other videos here in my channel where you can learn about it. Get my ebook, get my book, get into my coachings, get into all the resources that I have out there to do a little bit more research there if you're interested. Some of you are only interested in the results, and the results are amazing. So what are we doing? By the way, tapping can be done from the age of 4 or 5 with little children. And I think it's a powerful tool that you can give teenagers or children for their entire life, because they are being exposed to so much stress. Studies have shown that teenagers are not only stressed out by things like success stressor or the pressure of having to have good grades or getting into the right university or getting into the right school, getting the right grades. It's also the stress of constantly being exposed to social media, to information just streaming towards them all the time. So their stress level is generally very high. Their cortisol level is very high. Tapping once a day can help reduce this stress response in your body. So we are going to tap on stress. And as I said, I'm very general in this session. Join in with a general session. If you want to be more specific, use this as a guide to do your own sessions, because I can only do so much. The better effects, the more unique you're getting into your own feelings, into yourself, the more you tune in with yourself, the more effective that tapping is. That can either be done by a one-on-one session with a practitioner or with yourself, because you are really your own guru. So let's just start. The tapping points are very easy. I go through them very quickly. It's the side of the hand here, and we just tap this. This is the setup point where we go into the general feeling. Then the top of the hand, we go between the eyebrows, and it's really between the eyebrows, where the eyebrows start right here, your third eye, not here, there, or anywhere, just here. And then you can use, for the next point, you can just use this. It's the temples right next to the eye, the side of the eye. You go under here, the black eye, when you're very sleepy, that's where they start. And then you can use 2 hands, you can use 1 hand, the one under the nose and here under the chin where the little crest is, are very small, so I use 1 hand. And then under the collarbone, it's like an inch below the collarbone, that's the next point. And then here where the bra line would be with the women, and then the wrists together. So it's super easy. All you do is you tap with me and repeat after me. And if you want to do your own tapping script, you tap on the same points and you talk to yourself, and you can do it intuitively, or you can do it with a guided session. So rate on the scale from 0 to 10, how stressed are you feeling right now? 0 is like, I'm not phased and fussed at all. 10 is, I'm about to have, or I am having a panic attack. Where are you? The number that's coming up right now is the number you're at. Write it down, that number, or keep it in your mind. It's a indication of how tapping is working for you. If you start at a 7 or an 8 and then you go down to a 5 after one round, that's great. Sometimes what happens after, you might be at a 7, and then after the first round of tapping, or even the second round of tapping, you might be going up. You might be actually a 9. What might happen is that you were actually a 9 to begin with. You were just downplaying it. Sometimes also when we do a session like this and you might not be active in that feeling or in that emotion, you have activated it after the first round and then are ready to release this with the next rounds. You want to ideally keep tapping until you are at a 0 or a 1 around the topic you're tapping on. Okay, enough said, let's start this session. Even though I feel so stressed, I love and I accept myself. Even though I'm stressed out, I love and I accept myself anyway. I feel so stressed. I honor and respect myself anyway. The stressful situation is not feeling good to me. Even though I have this stressful situation, I accept that that is the case. I accept that I feel this way. And I choose to love and forgive myself anyway. Even though I feel really stressed out, I love and I accept myself. Even though I feel really stressed out, I love and I accept myself. Even though I'm really stressed, I accept, I respect, and I love myself. All this stress in my body, I'm ready to let this go. Feeling stressed is not helpful. All the stress in my body, all the stress in my head, I'm ready to let this go. I deeply and completely love, honor, accept, and forgive myself. And maybe I'm able to forgive and love those who have anything to do with my situation. Even though I feel stressed out, I love, I accept, and I forgive myself wholeheartedly. Take a deep breath. Now, any yawning, any burping, any reaction in your body are signs that this tapping is working. Have a sip of water with me, because you want to stay hydrated. Now, let's start at the top of our head. All this stress, all this stress, I feel really stressed out. I'm super stressed. I feel the stress in my body. There are tense body parts storing the stress. All this stress. I feel very stressed out. All the things that are causing me stress. I'm so stressed out. I'm really stressing out. And even though the situation is stressing me out, I love and I accept myself. Even though I don't feel good and am completely stressed out, I forgive myself. All these stressed feelings. I'm ready to let them go. I choose to release myself from this stressed feeling. I'm ready to let go of this stress. I'm ready to let go of all this stress. It is safe for me to be calm. It is safe for me to not be a busy bee. I release the need to be stressed. I am worthy just by being. I'm letting go of all this stress. Whatever the reasons I have for being stressed, I choose to let it go now. I let go of all this stress. I'm freeing myself from the stress. I allow myself to be calm. I allow myself to be relaxed. My body is balanced. My mind is balanced. I feel calm and free. I love, I accept, and I deeply forgive myself. It is safe for me to be calm. I'll take a deep breath in and out. How are you feeling now on the state from 0 to 10? Where are you? If you were a 7 before, maybe you're now down at a 4. Do the round one more time. And as I said, happy to just, if other feelings are coming up, you can then use these feelings and just tap on those tapping points and feel that feeling and then release it. I think it's so important that we love, accept, and we forgive ourselves despite feeling those feelings, because we've been so conditioned thinking that certain feelings are not okay or that they are bad, and we always have to be either high vibe or being super happy, and that leads to toxic positivity. Tapping really allows us to feel the feelings, feel the emotions, some of them that have been stored for decades under the surface. Let them out. Tapping is creating a safe space for you to feel those emotions and to do something with these emotions, to not keep sucking them in, to not keep swallowing them, to not keep pushing them down. They are allowed to have a stage, and a lot of feelings are connected with each other. So anger and sadness are connected with each other. So when you're very angry and you tap, you might feel sad. And so trust what is coming up. Know that tapping is happening, is helping you on so many levels, and feel for yourself how you're feeling before and after tapping, and make this your routine. And studies have shown that an hour of tapping can lower your cortisol level way over 40%. 10 minutes, 5 minutes a day is doing a very big thing in your body, and for you to be more resilient to stress or stressful situations, or dealing with previous stresses that you have had that you're still holding in your body if you haven't worked through them properly. So enjoy this tapping, and I wish you a wonderful day. Come back to this tapping as often as possible.